Hello and welcome to the Cars Lane Cup Series, and this is race 22 of 40 here this season, and playoffs are coming well, not ever, but they're coming a tad bit closer every week, so, always worrying about who's where and where's what in every race. So, if you can see starting pole, or if you can see, this is the best camera I could find for this, and it shows the back of all the cars, so at the starting lineup. So as you can see, Roach starting pole. I believe this is his first pole of the season. He could really use a good day today. He is pretty far back in points. If he could get 100 plus points today, he might be able to get out of that hole a little bit. And that would take leading laps. So he would need to lead some laps. And starting from pole position, that's a great place to start, but no guarantees. So we'll see how that goes. Then Bernie Thruster third, first top five qualifies position of the season, I can say. Starting second on the front row, and his is one-off race, and so is Brandon Nelson in the 88 running his Golf car. I forgot to run it last week, so I have to do it this week. And then Joy Paints in the 77 running IBC root beer car today, and starting kind of far back, but might be able to get through the field. And also, I forgot to switch one person's scheme to their second scheme of the season, and that was Caden Williams to his Club 19 scheme. Getting a decent start today, and you could use it. He's kind of far back in points as well, but really the emphasis right now on the guys who are literally last in points, which is Eric Van D, who left the series. Doesn't really count for much, but literally Mario Thruster III is the next guy in line for last in points. And also, Immense up here could use some consistency despite having 2 wins. Does not have a lot of points. Gained some at Daytona Beach from laps led, but other than that, didn't really get a huge gap from last, and so is Yoiko and Lethal Martin. You'd think Ricky Freeman Jr., well, I guess we don't see him here, but you think he'd be doing bad, but he's actually just outside of the point standings by a few points, and now that we've started third, he's only 4 points above the cut line, so if he has a good day today, they'll put him a little bit further. That way he doesn't have to be so worried on that spectrum, and he might make the playoffs this season. He almost made it last season. So, anyways, before we go too far into this without me going in and having to rush through the cockpit and all that, which I might already have to start doing anyway, besides that, last week's winner, Zine, he's getting another good start today. Might throw that consistency in. He got pole last week and got his second one of the season.
Drivers, start your engines!
Yep, Zine, 2 wins this season. He becomes second on the all-time win list in Cars Lane Cup Series with 7. So that's good. And 2 Fords and 2 Chevys. Rows 1 and 2. And Fords on row 3 as well, with Chef Squid and NASCAR Fireball 48. And then Chevys again. I can't say for sure if it's Fords again. So green flag's in the air. Roach leads him to the green. And NASCAR Fireball 48 choice moves on the top. Doesn't work. Now to weave quickly to 7, getting around that 59 car. And he might go for the lead. Now I did some test runs. We could have some early cautions. So Roach going to lead him to the green. And he leads a lap. That's good for him. Hopefully he can get a good amount of points today. He could use it. And Roach leads lap 1. Standings are on now, with Nada Weave in second. Chef Squid in third, having another good run today. All of Chef Squid's good runs this season have been dashed by mechanical failures and being in the wrong place at the wrong time. Other than that, he would be right about the same place as team runner is Abigail Lane in points, which isn't too far out from the cut line, and she's in 8th, and then teammate Bernie Thruster third right there in 4th, having a good run today, one of his best runs of the season. The only time he's been up front was at Daytona Dirt, other than here in Texas, so that's interesting. And Brennan Nelson here in the top 5 in that 88 car. Now, I'd like to point out, this is a kind of long race. 34 laps, 10% is that. I downloaded Torch E's brand new track. It came out ironically just a week before we're recording this race, so that kind of worked out great. Oh, and Nadaweeb I know what happened to him. He got off the corner slow and it messed him up. I've seen some drivers do that during the test. They go into the tri-oval, it messes them up. They lose a ton of positions. Nadaweeb back to, I think, 5th. He's battling Brennan Nelson right now. They're trying to get right around him again. And he will pass the 88 car pretty easily. The 88 having to slow up to let him by. So he's up to 4th after recovering from an accident. So 91 Shift Squid in 2nd down, and Barney Thrush is 3rd and 3rd. And having a great run today. So Ford's 1, 2, 3, and Bro Motorsports 2 and 3. Roach leading, getting some good laps. And if he reads this whole race, he will be inside the playoff spectrum very quickly. That's all it takes is a really good race, leading all the laps. Now, when I did tests, no, the same guy didn't lead all the laps. Oh, Barney Thrush the 3rd going for 2nd from Chef Squid. Chef Squid, let's see, he's going to battle on from the high side here on lap 6. And he will get by his teammate, Chef Squid, and take 2nd. So not a lot of single fire racing, but racing nonetheless. Here is Austin Johns having his first top 10 run since his having COVID-19. He's back up here running top 10. Might try to get around Pontiac team owner Nor Salamander here in turn 3. Might work. He is, ever since that he had COVID, he was inside the playoff cut line. Now he's way below, so he needs a really good day. And today's a good start, but he's going to need to do a little better than 10th just today. But, you know, he might have a good consistent run of top 10s. That might get him in. But he's going to need a lot more than just this one top 10 to get him some good runs going. So, and it looks like Bro Motorsports team owner Abigail Lane kind of holding him up a little bit, but I can't say for sure. So, yeah, sometimes they do, sometimes they don't. So, yeah. And Abigail Lane, probably with this top 10 finish, might be inside the playoff spectrum. Already is inside the playoff spectrum, like kind of keeping an eye on her because she's been able to catch up to the playoff standings, and she might be a playoff driver this season. So keep an eye on that. And also, I was talking about Rick Froome Jr. He is not too far back either, but running 27th, he's not going to come much closer to that after this race if he doesn't keep passing cars. But we'll see how that all goes. We're 10 laps into a 34-lap race. And from what I'm seeing in the standings, Barney Thrush the 3rd and Chip Squid are swapping spots for... Oh, and Barney Thrush the 3rd right there behind Roach, the leader. Could see a pass for the lead here soon. Oh, he's underneath him in the back stretch. Here comes Barney Thrush the 3rd. Hasn't led since Daytona Dirt. Here he comes. He's going to try to block Roach, mess him up. Yeah, he sure does. And Barney Thrush the 3rd will take the lead here at Texas. And if he leads like Roach has been, he's going to be in good. He's going to be in good for it. So. And Roach, this will probably put him in a good position as well. 50 points plus wherever he finishes, so that is close to 100 points if he doesn't win. If he does win, that is 100 points. And he'll be guaranteed to lead more and more laps, so it'll be extra 5 points. So that's if he wins. He's still in 2nd, though, so we'll see how that all works out. So Barney Thrush the 3rd, your new leader. He came to lead lap 12, so yeah, I wasn't expecting that. It's a good thing I came up here and checked. We had a lead change. So far, no DNFs. Going to check how far back drivers are to make sure we don't have any lap cars. Currently cannot guarantee that. I usually count that by as if They're halfway to being a lap down, within halfway of the race. They probably won't go a lap down, and right now they haven't met that. Halfway of the race is probably like lap 18, maybe? Probably lap 17 will be halfway more than likely. So, and we're almost to that, and they're not falling back as fast either, so you know, gotta keep in mind that the leader is like way far ahead of the cars in the back from the start of the race, so it's no guarantee. Austin John's up to 8th. He got around the 6 and the 26. He wants to come in just more in the top 10. He wants a top finish, and it looks like 56 of Pete Reedus, who's been having a decent, it looks like if he can get it done here today, he might have a consistent run of top 10s, and if he can keep that going again, he might go for the playoffs. He's currently kind of where Austin Johns is at standing, so a good race today will do him some good. Now, last week was not good for him. He got wrecked by Evan H. and took him out of a good finish, so that kind of ruined his consistency. So he's going to try that method once again here today, and hopefully that'll work out for him in that 56 car. Maybe get a top 10, maybe even a top 5 where he's at right now. So that's interesting. Brett Stover inside the top 10. Got around Gar Salamander and two-time winner this season, Kazo, who's also up in standings, got wrecked out last race in an accident on beginning laps. Going to try to crack into the top 12. And I've seen the 66. He was trying to catch up to the 59 again, but was unable to. So Marcus was third in his one-off cars. He's only running this car this race this season. That is the only time this car will be ran for him. Running joypaints.net. That is usually the car Joy Paints runs, but she's running her runoff race today, so they figured they'd plan it out kind of opposites. That way Joy Paints would have sponsorship throughout that term. And she's in 33rd, not having a real great run today, but showing off the IBC root beer car. And she really needs to turn around this season, not really having a great run right now. And the one of Iron Crusader, he's having a good season right now, just not having a good race, so he's going to have to rebound after this and hopefully do well next week. Indianapolis, which is our final Nations race this season, and after that is Texas World. We return to the Lone Star State after Indianapolis, our Nations race. So yeah, or that not a lot happened. 66. I'm watching this battle up here. The only guy I haven't seen up here really close is Chef Squid. I don't know if Rich is going to be able to catch or not, but he might. I've seen a lot of consistent lap times, so fast car in the field right now, no doubt. No surprise, Roberto Crown Jr. is always able to pull out something out of the hat he didn't know he had. He's running 18th right now, not running too great. He doesn't pass too many cars either, so if he continues at speed, he might be able to pass a few more. Maybe get something in the standings ahead of where he was before. And then Zion again, having a decent race today, despite somewhat decent race. Yeah, we're in the 19th after fresh off of a win, the 7th career win, 2nd one of the season. He's running okay today, so that's good, I suppose. Lethal Mourner falling back up there. He doesn't need to. He needs to be passing cars. Oh, and Zion goes almost three wide there, and he's going to try to get around the 21 there. Back to the leaders, just checking on them. That battle there, though, is interesting. I'm going to keep up with it. The 54 Dripsy shied up here now. I might even try passing on the top of the racetrack. But it will fail, and he will fall back. X732 got passed by the 18 of Bird. Bird could use a good race here. Has not had a good finish in the past 2 races. 95 Kirkbury Tacos passing that, and might try to pass EXO. And here comes Caden Williams. He was all the way back in 30th. Yeah, well, I mean, that's not actually all the way that far back. It's only 5 spots back. But he's getting around, picking up, putting them down right now in that Pontiac. Reggie Fogelman underneath him in the 4. Okay, we're going to try to go up top. Doesn't look like that run will stick. And Dissect trying to stay, got around Ricky Freeman Jr., who is not really made any ground at all. So, yeah. Let's check on the leaders. Not much action happening up here, to be frankly honest with you. Change standings down to 21st on back. And we are now coming to 9 laps to go. Barry Thrush third. If he can keep the lead from here. Oh, we have a spinner. Someone spun out. I believe we are under caution now. Somebody spun out. We have our first caution of the race for a spin out in turn 1. And it looks like a big wreck too. I see a lot of cars in the back that shouldn't be. Eric Van D in 37. Kind of goes, oh no. NH in the 16. He got into the wall. Into Ronnie Martin. Cactus King had to slow down. Got the 37. And the 5 might have barely got out of it. Into ripping apart. Yeah, that was unfortunate. And then the 16 NH, heavy damage, was not running too well, but unfortunate nonetheless. So let's go. Maybe helicopter might provide a good. So I'm trying to think what would provide a good camera view. Let's do spectator. Oh, into Cactus King goes the 16 into the 92. Yeah, that gives you a full retrospect of what happened that wreck. 84 might have a better view with his spectator. Oh, he was slow off the corner. Not sure why. And then the 16 up into him. Then he's on in the wall. That was a very interesting turn of events. Ronnie Martin involved, Eric Van D, and NH. So yeah, that was a very hard hit for NH and a very hard hit for the season for both those guys. So still running okay. Only car that I'm concerned about right now is Eric Van D, who is not running. He's probably in and out of pit road for the remainder of this race after that hard hit. So, yeah. Alright, Thrush third, your leader. I do not believe we will need to use our better cautions.exe. However, I'm not ruling that out. But I do not believe we'll need to use it. Considering we got a couple more caution laps for sure, I'm going to go back to see what happened there. Good. We'll go to well, yeah, actually Eric Van D's roof cam will be good. We'll go to his roof cam. I'm fairly confident this will show us a good picture. So we'll go slow-mo. Yeah, there's NH into the 84. Then NH sliding down in front of Ronnie. And then he gets right into the back of the 84. Cactus King. Yeah. Jimmy avoided with no damage. Let's go full speed now. And sounds that made. Man, that was a very interesting wreck. Pace car was right out after that. So, from what I'm seeing, we're going to go green this time. We're going to green lap 30. We're going to have a shootout of about 4-ish or so laps. Murray Thrush to third. Likely will get the most laps led, which will be a huge benefit for him, considering he was literally last in points. Now, he is not, so that's good. And I think I turned on double file restarts. If I didn't, whoops. Okay, I did. Good. This will be an interesting restart. Hopefully our last one. Pace car is in. Going through the restart zone, and Barney Thrush to the third goes. Roach kind of jumped it. Roach might have jumped it to the lead. It will not. NASCAR Fireball 48 to the bottom very quickly. Barney Thrush to the third trying his hardest not to let that 66 get out of his way. Oh, it's so tight. I don't know who's ahead. 66 is barely able to hold steady. Roach. Oh, and Roach will finally get past. Gets moved up the track by the 59 coming to these final laps. Four Fords in the top 5. NASCAR Fireball 48 getting into the top 5. That 9 car. Oh, he was going to go for the lead there in turn 1. Almost got underneath the 66 as well, but he was able to get underneath everyone else. Our Centimeter back inside the top 10. Austin Johns is no longer in the top 10. We're going to come to these closing final laps. 3 of the 4 Burr Motorsports cars are inside the top 10. All of them inside the top 15 with Yoiko in 14th. And one of them leading the race. Barney Thrush to third, but here comes Roach. Coming to 2 laps to go here at Texas. Roach might have something here in these closing laps. So might NASCAR Fireball 48. Barney Thrush to third, laid a lot of laps today. How much more will he need to win? Coming to the last lap here at Texas. 1 lap to go. Barney Thrush is the third in the lead. Does Roach have anything? If he does, will he use it? NASCAR Fireball 48 tried to go low, slipped up. Shift Squid taking advantage, going to third. Roach has 1 last attempt to the bottom. Will he use it? He will. Roach to the bottom of the racetrack. Off of turn 4 in the 66. Moves the 59 out of the way, and Roach will come and win here at Texas on the final lap. Man, what a win for the 66. Kind of seen the same thing a couple weeks ago, a few weeks back at North Wilkesboro. Except a lot more laps in between. Congratulations to the 66 of Roach. There was a wreck in the backstretch. I believe that was the 82. We'll look at his replay. Oh, he was slow on the racetrack. Not sure if that was any sign of what happened. This really ruined his finish, though. Don't know who spun that. Really don't know who spun out. Was it 37? Oh, it was. Was it 77? So trying to figure out who it was. Someone spun out with like the last lap. It was the 95 Crockery Tacos. Got into the 30 of Case and Cooper. Oh, teammate wrecked her. Reggie Fogelman, her teammate, tried to spin her out in the last lap. That was definitely uncalled for, and that ruined her chance of a better finish. Didn't finish as well, and ended up coming home 21st, I believe. So, yeah. Well, anyway, that happened, and we'll see you all next week at Indianapolis.